Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Void Stranger, where I have actually set things up correctly to try to go somewhere I haven't been before, which is as gray, void, past basement 225, but before basement 254. And so this should do it. Let's see where it actually, brings us, and I accidentally just screwed it up. I'm a genius. Let's try that again, but actually fall in front of a smirking statue this time. Here we go. So, where do you bring me? 245. Ah, okay. So you can see the alphabet as gray, it appears. And so this is I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. All right. So I wonder if gray could also get to 227 then. Don't have an easy way to test that. But that would be the particularly interesting one because it means that gray, once I do get, I presume, eventually if we can kill use and go back to 00, we're going to get the brand of this, and I'm going to have to write that in at basement 227 or something, and it's going to take us somewhere magical. And so I imagine going somewhere magical as gray could be good. Okay, well, I got my answer. Like, I'm just presuming that all the other fours would be the same. Here's 254 again. And, okay, well, I got the answer here. I still have not figured out how to get into basement 53, the brand of use. And so before I go looking for a hint, I am definitely going to at least kind of like list aloud all the ideas I have thought about and talk through them and show some on the screen. But we'll see if I'm able to figure that out. I do have a few other loose ends I can tug at in the meantime first, though. For now, I think I'm done with this run of gray, and so I will do this. And I might need to kill myself off now and switch back to Lily or Sif, because there might be more information I need to get there. Yeah, let me figure out what I'm doing next. So I was just doing some recording on my own because I wanted to get back to basement 43 as a swordless gray. And I noticed this block that was suspiciously out on its own. Oh, it's already credited me. I did it off camera. It was like a carrot secret. So there's a carrot secret there that apparently I've already been credited with and picked up, and I didn't even have to reach the exit. Like, I got it and immediately didn't end at all to try to, like, end the game, but I guess those get credited to you immediately or something, because it didn't show up again. So, Alright, sorry I didn't catch that on camera, but there you go. So here's the scoop. It's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours later since whenever the last clip was, and I was on my way to basement 143, but along the way I saw basement 53 again, and I was like, I'm gonna need to solve this at some point. And so one of the things that I wanted to do on camera was kind of like enumerate all the ideas I had, and basically I pressed on them more, and I think I've solved it. I did get a couple of kind of minor hints or spoilers along the way that I'll discuss in a minute. First off, things that I thought about with respect to this puzzle. One was in Sif's basement under 223. There were a bunch of statues that included the use statues that we hadn't seen anywhere else, and so I was looking for patterns in those, but there wasn't really anything useful to see there. I was trying to work out the words, but we have like an O, an I, an E, and then remains at the end from the mural. And so hopefully I'm including screenshots of this stuff, and there's just way too many unknown letters in the middle. And previously, we had the hint, both on basement 29 and here on 53, if I were to talk to this rock, that was like, the tail of the traitorous lord connects the brand, at least when they were still alive. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. And between basements 29 and 53, you often see Tail's tail on various screens, about half of them kind of along the way. And so here is an example of one of them. I think I'm going to show basement 47. because in addition to seeing bits of Tails' tail on the screen, it was also the case. These are screenshots actually that I took when I was watching a friend of mine playing, going through his first loop with the gray. And there's sometimes things that you see or think about when you're watching someone else play the game that you don't think about when you're playing the game yourself. And I think I'd noticed, I don't know if I'd voiced it before, but sometimes on Tails scales there are little arrows. And so on this one, there's a little arrow that seems to be pointing in a direction, but it only appears occasionally. But there was that going on. And a long time ago, I had made a note to myself about, I wonder if you could paste screenshots of all the basements together and it would form like some kind of grid or something. Because a number of people who've been on the channel for a while will remember when I played La Mulana 2. I didn't actually finish that game, but minor La Mulana 2 spoilers. In that game, there were different areas of the map that fit together, and so just like the Legend of Zelda dungeons in the original Legend of Zelda like fit together on a grid, like two different dungeons would fit together like puzzle pieces, two different areas in La Mulana would fit together like puzzle pieces, and there were cracks in the walls that would like go through one area and come out another area. And I took screenshots of all of Tails' tails, and I'll probably show a screenshot of that. And realized I also took screenshots of the non-tail screens as well. But I realized that the tail ones, some of them you could stitch together. And so I started doing that. And some of them went together really easily, and it was just obvious that like these two screens go together and like the tail is like stretched across them, and so there seemed to be something going on. But I was trying to puzzle piece them, and I ended up with like 5 different puzzle pieces and couldn't figure out anything to do with those previously. And I was looking at it again today after I got to this basement and decided just to think about this problem again. And I realized that when I was stitching them together, I did not stitch all the pieces together that I could. And in fact, there's only 4 puzzle pieces when you put them all together in the best possible pattern. And furthermore, I meant to talk about the minor hints and spoilers. I was struggling a lot more on this puzzle than getting into any of the other basement brands or whatever. And so I asked a couple of friends of mine who have played the game, was this basement like way harder than the rest? I wanted to make sure I wasn't like totally overthinking it and there wasn't something super easy that I'd overlooked. And the answers I got were basically, yes, this one's hard. So that's what caused me to spend more effort on doing the screenshot thing that seemed like it might be going somewhere. Also, I had, when I was just searching for other Twitch streams where people were in the early game and that I could go and watch them, I had seen thumbnails, and I saw a thumbnail of someone else who looked like they were trying to stitch together multiple screenshots. And so I had a feeling that was probably right, or someone else was going down the same wrong path that I was. So in any case, I realized that there's only 4 puzzle pieces, and I had like a 3 or 4 pieces together and like 2 more pieces together that ended up like forming a like 6. It's not a pentomino at that point. Tetris piece kind of thingy. And with those 4 pieces, it was also the case that the arrows that I pointed out also interacted in an interesting way. In any case, here is what I think is the solution. If you line up the pieces like this, then the arrows basically go diagonally across where all of a sudden the tail jumps diagonally from one puzzle piece to the next. And it turns out that the boundaries of such a thing are 6 by 6. And furthermore, the boundaries of that 6 by 6 thing happen to fit into brand Basement 29 in such a way that the tail portions of Tails' tail only cover non-letter squares. So I think that's basically got to be telling us where the holes in this are. And so as a result, I think there is a thing that I need to do here on Basement 53, is to make the screen look like this, and hopefully I'm putting up a screenshot of what I think the solution is going to be, and this is just something that I've mocked up in the same way I'm doing everything else, just in Microsoft Paint, and just like cutting and pasting different squares of different things, and kind of making a giant mess of it along the way. So I'm going to try to make that now. It's also not going to be easy, but I think I kind of have a plan of how to do it, so let's see what I can do. So at some point I need to pick up the exit. And that's going to be a task in and of itself. I think I'm going to need to move some permanent floor pieces further to the south. And I'm going to have to break some things along the way and then possibly patch some back up. So I'm going to start like this. And I do need to break this one as well. But do I want to do that right now? I think I don't, actually. Maybe. Because I have an opportunity to pick up the exit right now. So I'm going to do this. Pick up the exit and drop it back off over here for the moment. And then I do need a piece of glass. So let's grab this piece of glass. And drop it back here, which is where I want a piece of glass. And then let's move the exit back here for just a moment. And then figure out what I'm doing next. What am I doing next? I eventually need to pick up... Okay, this is actually going really well, from what I can tell. Because I could fly over here, break this piece of glass, fly back over here, pick this up, and then put it down over here, so I could move horizontally if I need to. And what do I need to do at this point? I still need to break some pieces of glass, including one further over here. I'll be able to put this back. Actually, let's pick up this piece of glass. So I've broken those. And then... How do I want to do this? I need to break the glass two to the right of me. Actually, I can just do this all now, can't I? Hold on. I might be almost done. Okay, so I can break this glass. I'm standing on something right now, so I could use my wings. Break this glass. I'm standing on it right now. Use my wings. So I broke that one. I need to break the one to the north of me. And then the exit needs to be picked up. And that's the only other thing to do, right? Yes. So I need to break that piece of glass as well. And then pick up the exit. Holy cow! Okay. At long last, we will get to see Basement 53. The actual basement. Below the brain. Here goes nothing. And let's hope that it's got something important for me, because I could really use something else that's going to like break the game wide open at this point. That's something special looking. And I wonder if there's going to be another power-up here, actually. Okay, let's talk to the rock for some lore first. This is where I make sure I'm recording. Yes, hooray. You did well to find your way here. Thank you. I did get a couple of nudges, but... figuring out the brands is only the first step. Oh dear. Think where you can draw them. So I can draw them... This is one of the things I have in my notes, like on any 6x6 potentially. And so, for example, on Basement 23, maybe I could have also drawn this brand. And if so, where would it take me? And... well, yeah, depending upon that, there's a variety of possible implications for possible ways of fast travel or who knows what. That's how you'll bend these halls to your will. Yeah, because I was thinking, I don't remember why, there was some time that I was trying to get from like basement 200 back to like basement 000, and if I could like use Sif's room in basement 223 to like draw a different brand, and it brought me back to like Tan's room in basement 144 or whatever it is, like I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, then that might be a way to, I can brain teleport and change the last two digits, but I could never change the first digit, but that might be another way to change the first digit, maybe. Was something I was already thinking about. And look, over to the right, it's Yusa's statue, which we rarely see. Let's go ahead and pick up a memory shard. We deserve it. And let's either talk to a memory of a thing or pick up a thing. A strange seal. Oh. So in Mon's basement, I think there used to be a seal here. It's gone now. Said a rock. And in Gore's basement, there was a broken seal. I think in both cases, I witnessed those non-seals after I had already killed the corresponding bosses, Void Lords, Mon and Gore. I don't remember for certain. I have not yet killed Tail's tail. And so, maybe when I do, it'll break the seal? And I suppose, furthermore, maybe that seal is the same seal that I was witnessing on Basement 000. And so, like, if I kill Tail, then Use will turn gray down there and the seal will be broken? Maybe? You can't get any closer to it. Suddenly, you hear a distant voice. This does look kind of like a memory, like when you're, like, looking into the world or looking into... I was thinking the past, but I think we've only seen it to look into the world. I don't know. Distant voice. There were no beeps and boops. We only know one character who speaks without beeps and boops, and that is Judge Zero. Seek what remains of the first traitorous lord. Yes, the tail that is wiggling behind Tail on Basement 30, that if I could get rid of the ad statue would be get-toable, and that I could try to hit with my sword. That's what I'm trying to do, I think. Push the Lorne Idol guarding their weakness 23 times. I knew it. Then remain still and wait and wait. The first seal will be severed. Great. This is exactly what I wanted to find. I had all the pieces except this brand. Okay, I'm pretty thrilled. This statue should say, "My love." As it does. Yeah, okay. That is super huge. So 23 bops. And also... Oh, here's this character again who we already had a long dialogue with. Yeah, because I'm on a new run with Gray. Right, I don't have the sword this time. Right, because I was going to Gore. This is what I was originally doing. So, okay, so I came into here because I wanted to check my... I wanted to check my memory fragment things. So there are still 13 remaining in the world somewhere, allegedly. And it's not like any new photos or anything have appeared. Okay. Unless I come up with anything super exciting to do, I'm going to meet you at Basement 143 and see if I can get more conversation alternatives, dialogue, whatever I'm trying to say, out of Gore as a result of not having the sword. So actually it occurs to me there's something I want to take a look at. So here is the information for Mon, and I'm pretty sure I've got a screenshot of the binary. And I still don't know what it actually translates to. Here's what the binary looks like. Yeah, I'm not sure like what the letters I had spelled out. I couldn't decide what it was going to be that would correspond to greed. But in any case, I need to make this on Basement 89, and I know I've done it once before. But like in this file, like I don't understand exactly like how save data gets persisted in this game. So I'm not sure if Mon is considered dead or alive right now. But I'm curious to see what happens if I go down there right now. So... it'll take a minute, so I'll meet you there. So I think I need to do this. Yeah. Alright, so if I go down here, what do I witness right now in this relatively new save file? Okay, the rock is still there. Who's gonna say something like there used to be a seal here? But let's just verify. I can fly farther and make this a little bit more profitable. Same thing here. And then I can place this here to talk to the rock. There used to be a seal here. One day it simply disappeared. Strange. Don't ask how I know. I don't know how to interpret that information. But now that I've actually witnessed an intact seal for use, I presume it means that he's not dead yet. And Mon... Oh. Mon seal... They thought Mon was dead. Mon somehow hid their presence from Dis. Perhaps by stealing his own seal or something? I'm not exactly sure, actually. I'm just kind of saying words. Okay. Let's go back to what I was really trying to do, which is I want to get to Gore, basement 143, so I'll see you there. Right, I've been completing a lot of these when I had my sword available, and now I don't, so I'll have to be a little bit more careful on certain floors, but I'm up to the task. Oh boy, I have to do this one without a sword. Well, this should be fun. I'm not sure that this is the way that I solved this before, but I think I might have found a new way to solve this, which is kind of exciting. Because I could push this all the way down here, then just let this guy out. Sure, come over here. Great. And then I can just push this off the edge and just fly across. Alright, that's cool. And there's no need to hurt Tan. Tan is a nice person. He just doesn't get along with others. And I don't have a sword. Maybe the strange creature is cluing me in. Is there a way to win without a sword? I couldn't kill Mon without a sword, right? I'm not even sure that Gray can get to Mon. Let's focus on one thing at a time. My goal was to get to Gore without a sword. I'm going to get to Gore without a sword. And in fact, I'm close enough... Oh, gosh darn it. I was going to say, in fact, I am close enough to do it now on camera, I believe, because these next few levels are all like really, really fast if you don't screw up like I just did there, because I decided to start talking on camera. And we already tried talking to this person and decided that there was no way I could come up with to not kill them. So I'm just going to keep on killing them. But now I have to get the two ogre dudes to run into each other because I don't have a sword. And so to do that, I need to get them both over here. And then this guy is going to be 2 squares away from me, and this guy is 2 squares from the hole, and this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 squares. But from here, this guy is 1, 2, 3. This guy is 1, 2, 3, 4, so I want this guy to go first. So when this guy is 1 turn away from being able to see me is when I need to go up. So if I go up now, the one guy will start moving, the other guy can't move until the next turn. And then they should crash into each other. Great. Okay. Hey, I said this was going to be really quick. It's not quite as quick as I was thinking. But we're pretty much there. There is nothing I need to do on this screen. Yeah, that's fine. And there's nothing I need to do on this screen. Oh, except fall in a hole because I'm a dummy. I'm way better off camera. I only died once, and then I've been on camera for like a minute, and I've already died twice. But I had 24 Locust titles still, so it's not a big deal. Okay. I think we may see different dialogue here, and that's the thing I came to do. So, giant head lies before you, blocking the path. What do you want? You need to move. How bothersome. I don't know what you're looking for. I'm not going to move anytime soon. Let me die. You ask him if they know another way. Fine. There should be a smirking statue. You can leap into a hole, but it requires a sacrifice. Anything edible? You think that sounds awfully shady? Do as you please, as long as you stop bothering me with your problems. I don't remember if I had read that text before. What is it now? Those lost souls are clogging up your path? I knew I shouldn't have given them anything. They kept begging and begging for food until I gave in, and now they stick around, craving for more. They're the worst kind, if you ask me. Don't give me that look. I can't do anything about them. Hey, do us both a favor. Give them a good shove. I'm sure you've gotten used to it by now, since you've made it this far without losing your marbles. So, by the way, I also can't remember if I've done this on camera or if I've just seen other people. So if I give him some food, taste, nothing, more, give more, and I walk away for a bit, he'll see effects. Go ahead. No hard feelings. Lost souls are here for a reason. They're but fuel for dis. Fuel for dis. So obviously, like, B wanted to eat the lost souls. I'm not sure that I'd read the gore saying fuel for dis thing, though. Dots. Dots. Okay, so just dots. If I give him a second one, taste, nothing, more, give more. I feel like if I walk away for a long enough time, he'll fall over and, like, collapse and die or something. In any case, this is the thing I wanted to try. If I use the void rod, her eye just lit up. I think I may have done that with Lily, and she inquired about the void rod. I had never done it with Gray. That staff you wield, where did you get it? I guess it's not important. It's called the void rod. It was a prized possession. This time prized is spelled correctly. I'm not sure if that was in an update. It used to be spelled priced, or if it's a different dialogue between Gray versus Lily. Prized possession of Lord Ad. She sort of ran this place for a while. Sort of, okay. Maybe. Alright, stranger. I've got a request. Will you hear it? Lily said no. She was like, I'm kind of just trying to get through these basements, so no thanks. And I was surprised. What does Gray say? You decide to hear out their request. Lord Ad is the one I can thank for my current predicament. Yes, your body was taken away because you didn't choose sides, and therefore you were a traitor. Long ago, they and the other lords had a big fight. Yes. After use committed sin, they chose sides, fights turned into wars, etc. I didn't want anything to do with it, but I was pulled in regardless. Yep. As a punishment, Ad cut off my body. Yep, I've inferred that. So when I heard that they had left this realm, I felt hopeless. Yes, Ad left, and now you're just stuck here. For only they could grant me my eternal rest. Not true. We've done it before with the sword, but I don't have a sword right now, so we're having a different conversation, which was my whole purpose of getting here. Some rumor said Ad hid their treasures within these walls before they left, but I couldn't bring myself to believe it. I've heard that final treasures will be revealed, the brand of Dis, on Basement 000 after I do some things. Until you showed up. I want you to find Ad's sword, the Void Blade. Ad's sword, the Void Blade. Is that the same blade that Tan gives us? So are all of them Ad treasures? Like the Void Wings and the Void Sword and the Void Memory? Possibly. Only that can kill me. If I had to guess, you probably won't find it just lying about. And Ad most likely hid it in one of the secret passageways. Mere mortals can't normally access them. That's where the Void Rod comes in. You should be able to enter the hidden routes with special incantation, a brand on a 6x6. Make sure to remember it. Where nothingness engraves the brand of Lord. Okay, so this is where you get the explicit clue. I think the sound I just heard was the lost soul falling over and dying or something. Where nothingness engraves the brand of Lord. Where the path of damnation rests within you. Place your faith and embrace the void. So that's saying jump into the hole. Okay, so there's your explicit clue if you hadn't figured it out, that you can make the brands in the 6x6 and you have to lift up the exit. Because the exit doesn't count as like a valid tile or whatever for making the brands. And yeah, this guy fell over and died. The man has collapsed. He's hardly breathing. There's very little you can do to help him. Better keep moving. Yeah, it doesn't say anything different here. Okay, but I don't have to feed him anymore. Do you have anything more to say? Once you find the Void Blade, make sure to return here. Then I can finally have my rest. Yes. And you're one of the traders that we have to finish. Oh, look! He turns into a rock. Can I talk to the rock? I had not witnessed this, I don't think, in my own playthrough or in anyone else's before. This is fun. Hungry. Okay, so it remembers his state. He was hungry. Wow. And now he's a rock. Okay. So we actually got to witness someone die on camera other than Lilith. Ninny, I guess it happened off camera. And, that took a while. I wonder if I could witness any of the other NPCs. Maybe if I waited longer with, like, the angry girl. Oh, this guy just fell over and is starving to death now, too. Huh. Maybe there is more timing component than I realized in this, because I wasn't moving. And so it's not like step count that's advancing the timer. It's like actual wall clock time, I think, that's causing these events to happen. Fascinating. Okay. That also potentially gives me more NPC dialogue hunting work to do, but I can try to arrange to do that off camera. You tell them you've got no idea how to use the incantation. Oh, wow. Please give me more hints. Now that I finally figured it all out. E? What do you mean you've got no idea? You can use the Void Rod, can't you? I got my hopes up. For nothing? Whatever. Should have known better. Get lost. The other guy turned into a rock. I'm in a bad mood now. Dots. They refuse to speak to you anymore. Where nothingness engraves the brand of Lord. Where the path to damnation rests within you. I don't know how to quite get that middle bit. Place your faith and embrace the void. And the end bit is like jump into the hole. What do they mean by that? Okay. And if I punch you in the face, what happens? They can hardly muster an irritated groan. And then it just goes back to this. Okay. I think we have gotten through all the dialogue. And so if I want to move forward with this character, I would be doing it... is there anything? You know what? I'm not sure what I want to do next. We got to see more dialogue, which was my whole purpose. So... why don't I make a save here and figure out what I want to do next now? Because I think I have enough information to possibly get the brand of this. Right, because I have to go back and kill Tail, but I would need the sword to do it. Yeah, so there's like a lot of backtracking I would have to do. Alright, let me go try to think and plan things out. Okay, so I decided the next thing I wanted to do, I fed these guys a bunch of locust idols to get me down to 14, which means I can move forward to basement 157, which is where I would construct the brand of gore, which I have on my screen. You guys can't see it, but just imagine. Let's see. And I need to be careful. I'm going to need to pick up the exit and put it somewhere else. And this is somewhere else that is going to be broken. So I'm going to drop it off over here, and I'm going to take this piece of glass and leave it as an extra piece of glass that I don't need right now. And I can also break a number of pieces over here. I think all the ones I need to break, actually, because if I do this, I'm standing on something here, and then I can fly over here. Oh, but now I need to get to the south. So I need to pick up... ooh, how am I going to do this? Let's pick this up. Build my way down here. Let's pick up this extra piece of glass. Hold on. What am I trying to do? I need to leave a piece behind over there. And this would almost work. I'm sorry that you can't see what I'm trying to construct. Actually, what I want to do, I think, is this. Now I have a complete walkway. I can move this piece of glass here, which is where it goes. This should go away. Oh, but this also needs to go away. Yes, because that should be gone, and then the exit should be gone, and then I would have the brand. Okay, so I can make this go away and put it over here, and then if I do this... Really? Is that not it? Oh, I forgot to get rid of one tile that's to the north of the rock. Can I erase one tile to the north of the rock without ruining the rest of the world? Yes. And the way I can do so is to do this. Okay, I got that tile. So now... Oh boy. Having done that, I need to erase this tile back here, and then this tile needs to go somewhere. And then I will be correct. Yes. So I'm going to break this one, put this tile there, and now if I pick this up, there we go. I did it. Okay, so I have not killed Gore. Is the seal that I witnessed here intact? It is! I previously witnessed this as a broken seal. And this is the basement guy who tells me that I can use the brain value is volatile and you can switch the last two digits. Brain value is volatile as long as you only... Yeah, blah, 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 blah. We've already seen that. Okay, great. And then there was something else I wanted to do here as well. Okay, so this is great to have come back to. And I actually need a bunch of tiles, even with wings, I think, to do this. So let's grab a few. So I want to talk to this statue before pushing it, but then I also do want to push it. And do I have enough? Let's talk to this first. A strange seal. You can't get any closer to it. Suddenly, you hear a distant voice. Oh, Zero's going to talk to me again. Secret remains of the third traitorous lord. Interesting. Okay. I'll have to... Did the other one say first? Perhaps. Give in to their request and bring them peace. Right. That's what we do to Gore. We put them out of their misery. The third seal will be severed. And Mon's seal, like, seems like it had to be Sif who ends up killing that or something. How do I do what I want to do here? Let's imagine that I'm smarter than I am. If I do this, and patience, there we go. I want to talk to the statue before pushing it. How bothersome. So that's what it says. I pushed the statue to the north the last time. I would like to push it to the south this time. I believe it turned to gold. Yeah. It still says how bothersome. Can I push it anymore? I pushed it into a corner last time, and so I couldn't witness this. But it's now unpushable. It looks like what happens when Mon's octopus-looking statue, or I guess it's a centipede actually, um, shoots you with a laser in Mon's horrible basement. Oh, I might have killed myself. Did I kill myself? I might have killed myself because that's made some tiles unreachable. I may just barely be able to save myself. I'm just barely able to save myself. Okay, how nice. Okay, I did all the research that I wanted to do down here. Um, great. Great. This feels like the breakthrough episode. I think I can see my way to everything in the end game that I'm aware of, other than the location of the other 13 secret fragment memory shard thingamadoodles. But who knows? Maybe there'll be another stage of the game or something. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day. And yeah, I will see you again soon with more Void Stranger. For now, bye bye.